Right, so starting with Psyche Attack, upgraded to Astral Venom. It's your main filler ability. You spam this pretty much all the time. Deals medium damage. And it looks like this. Next ability, Scorching. Your second spam ability, Filler. Difference between Venom and Scorching. That Scorching requires or gives you stress, while Venom reduces your stress. So when I'm talking about stress, it is a bar beneath your HP called stress, and it's the resource of the Psy. Unlike other classes where you actually want more of your resource, Psys want as close to 0 as possible. If you get 100 stress, you won't be able to cast abilities that require stress. There are numerous ways to reduce the stress, but the main thing is Astral Venom. Oh, let me show you how Scorching works. Looks like just a regular animation. You want to use both Scorching and Venom, because Scorching has a 2-second cooldown, so it won't fit with one Scorching every global. You want to do one Scorching, one Venom. Right, Phantoms, like the signature spell of the Psy. You summon Phantoms. You summon a Phantom at a target. Each Phantom lasts for 15 seconds, and I suggest you download this one. It's an add-on called Phantom Tracker, so you can see the duration of your Phantoms, and they expire. This is also a heavy spam ability. You have to spam this at all times. And then we have Ectoplasmic Form, upgrade to Astral Body. Looks like this, you can't really see it, just a small aura. But it reduces your incoming damage by 60%. But it can be dispelled, which sucks for PvP. But in BGs, most of the times you won't get dispelled, so that's why it's OP. Then we have Agony. It's your heavy damage dot. Looks like this. The regular animation, and you get the dot on your target. Heals massive. And then we have Mental Link. You acquire a link to your target, can only be used at one target. Kinda annoying to cast every time you switch target. There's a lot of benefits when you acquire a link to your target, so you always have to apply the Mental Link. You can see down here that you have acquired or which target is linked. Alright. Vulnerability, you know this one. Blade Storm is your second dot. Looks like blades on the target. And deals heavy damage, and it's AoE. And then we have Psychosis. I only use this in PvE if the pool or the trash mobs survive longer than the opener. Psychosis is like this. You have to stand still in Assault. You fire a beam, and there's like a glowing circle around the target to outline where the AoE damage is ticking. Deals good AoE damage, but I don't use it for PvP. Then we have Twin, also one of the signature abilities from the Psy. You go Invis, you teleport to where your cursor is. Go Invis for 4 seconds. Back. You leave a Twin where you were, so when you use a twin, the target will automatically target your twin. So it can be good if you know the enemy is trying to burst, and you just twin, and then they will deal damage to your twin instead of you. Then we have superiority, your tier spell. Basically, it's a super good cooldown. Massive damage increase, 20% more damage. And you, like, everything is boosted, like your defense, your cooldowns are reduced, stress rate decreased. Just an OP cooldown, really, with 3 minutes cooldown. That is with Fable Tears. Lasts for 12 seconds with Fable Tears. Alright, so that was the talents. Let's go to the rubies. So in the first grid you want to do like this. I will just explain some of the difficult ones, or the most important ones. Skip this ruby. That's the only one you skip in the first tree, because we don't use torture in this build, so it's useless. But this one is really important. Makes you, when you have a mental link on a target, increases your crit chance by a flat amount of 9%. All your abilities will do crit even more often, except your phantoms. That's a bit sad, but it's what it is. Paralysis. When you crit, you will apply a debuff to the target. It can stack up to 3 times, and it makes your scorching eat the stacks and deal increased damage. The same goes for these rubies, breakdown. Same thing, but then this time it's venom, which eats the stacks. Other than that, these rubies, sadism, and even try to pronounce it. And atrocity. All these rubies makes your phantoms reduce cooldown every time you crit, and also every time you use Psychic Attack or Scorching, it will also reduce the CD of your phantom. Other is just damage increase. Here we grab concentration. It's a short buff. It increases your damage dealt by 14% and reduces your stress. Really good CD. Only 30 seconds cooldown. And here's the Eye of the Void. It is TK Pull Reborn. It's like this. It's a pretty fair radius. Useful in PvE, as well, of course, as PvP. And take these ones to increase damage to your target with Mental Link. Then we go like this. Master of Hypnosis. Increases damage dealt by your mental impacts. But what is a mental impact fake? Mental impacts are the following. You can read, like it says Agony, cooldown 20 seconds, damage over time, and it says mental impact in red text. So it's like a category of spells, and I think it's only Agony in this build, which is a mental impact, and Psychosis. But we take it for the Agony boost, it's so good. Okay, and then we take Poltergeist. Super strong ruby. It makes Assault spec so viable. Damage of your Spectral Assassin and Phantom increases by 36%. At the beginning of combat, you gain 3 stacks of the Poltergeist effect, which allows casting Phantom without triggering its cooldown. You also gain 1 stack every 12 seconds in combat. You can have 3 stacks. This does is that you can, every time you start a fight, you will basically get 6 Phantoms super fast. So good. You take Phantom Pain, increases damage of your phantoms even more. Then you take this one, increases your Vertex damage and also makes decomposition. Inflict a dot. What you want to do is to start summoning Phantom. Go Astral Venom. Till you build up a little army of phantoms. So Mental Link, summon a phantom, start spamming Astral Venom. Then you spam phantoms, so you get 6 phantoms. Then you want to use Vertex. Then you want to use Concentration. Also pop all your burst. Then you want to apply the dots, Blade Storm, and Agony. And you just continue to spam Phantom and spam Astral Venom. Okay, so far so good. And then notice at the target, it will get stacks of Pyrolysis. And every time you have 3 stacks of Pyrolysis, you want to use Scorching. By use Scorching, you need to spam Venom. Now watch the target for my Pyrolysis stacks. Okay, 3, and do Scorching. You want a Vertex on cooldown when you have 5 or 6 phantoms. So I don't want to use Decomp in single target. It's a very fast-paced rotation, so I have to focus now to do it correct. So I have Concentration, apply my dots, Vertex on CD, Scorching when you have 3 stacks. Do not keep spamming your phantoms and keep Astral Venom. Okay. So about combos. You always want to apply Blade Storm before Agony. That's because when you apply Blade Storm and then you apply Agony to a target with Blade Storm, it will make Agony AoE for 66% of its duration. So always Blade Storm before Agony, and try to you do Concentration before you apply the dots. For Vertex and Decomp, Vertex makes all your phantoms rush to your target and deal sick damage. Decomp explodes your phantoms to deal massive damage, but then you lose your phantoms. So in the end, it's less damage than just keeping up your phantoms. However, in PvE, you want to decomp if it's an AoE pull. You want to do like this. So Mental Link one target, start with 1 phantom, then spam Venom. Keep spamming Phantom, use your Poltergeist stacks. You want to do the dots, Vertex, Decomp. Also Scorching, because Scorching deals AoE damage when it's used on a target with Blade Storm. Another thing that is worth mentioning with the Blade Storm is that With this ruby, centrifugal pull, every time you crit with a single target attack, Blade Storm's duration is increased by 1 second. So if you have TA, it's possible to keep permanently Blade Storm on the target. I will try to show you this now. And what's so good about this is that you wanna apply Blade Storm when you have all your buffs active. Like Trinket, you use Concentration, Superiority, Brainstorm, Inner Beast from the Assault Armor. Then you can actually have the same dot on the target for an extended amount of time. Then you don't want to refresh Blade Storm, because the Blade Storm you have on the target is crazy OP. Let me show you. So, do my regular rotation, get Trinket proc, getting my Phantoms, popping my Burst, applying Blade Storm, Vertex, Scorching. Look at the timer for the Blade Storm now. Won't go down. With TA, I'm actually able to make it increase its duration to up to a minute, I think. See, it's so good, and now that this Blade Storm is still buffed, still super OP Blade Storm. There, I lost it. Nice. By the way, I'm using PvP stats at the moment. Alright, so that's about it for the combos. I forgot you can also use Mental Oppression, which is the racial ability. Increase your crit chance by 150. It's also very good when you apply Blade Storm. Then you get even more crits. And increase the duration even longer. Okay, so for your stats, 335 Determination, Debrit. And here my stats are a bit up. You want to go 250 crit chance, 250 crit damage, 250 double attack. Close to this ratio as you can. For defensive stats, you want to go 250 survivability and you want to go 400 caution. For PvE, I would go more vitality. Instead of that much caution. Alright guys, my assault guide. Thanks for watching.